Welcome back to the channel, coin collectors and treasure hunters. Today, we are diving into one of the most extraordinary and elusive coins in American numismatics, the 1977 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel. This coin has captured the imaginations of collectors across the world and currently boasts a jaw-dropping market value of $7 million. Yes, you heard that right, $7 million for a nickel. This is not just a coin. It's a piece of history, a numismatic marvel, and a rare treasure that has become legendary in the collecting world. Today, we will explore everything you need to know about this incredible coin, including its history, what makes it so rare, how to identify it, its current market value, and why collectors are willing to pay fortunes to add it to their collections. The Jefferson nickel is an American 5-cent coin that has been in circulation since 1938, featuring the third President of the United States, Thomas Jefferson. On the obverse, the coin also showcases his famous home, Monticello, on the reverse. The Jefferson nickel has gone through multiple design changes and minting variations over the years, but the 1977 no-mint mark version is one of the most sought-after rarities in the history of American coinage. Unlike standard Jefferson nickels from 1977, which were minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, the no-mint mark variety is unique because it does not bear any mint mark at all. But how did a coin minted in 1977, a relatively modern year, become so incredibly rare? To understand this, we need to go back to the minting process of the United States Mint in the 1970s. During that time, all nickels produced at the Philadelphia Mint carried no mint mark, which was standard practice. Coins minted in Denver carried a D mint mark, while coins from San Francisco had an S mint mark. However, the 1977 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel is not a simple Philadelphia coin. Its rarity comes from a very specific and unusual production anomaly that occurred during the minting process. Only a handful of these coins exist today, making them incredibly valuable to serious collectors. The story of the 1977 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel begins with mint errors. Mint errors occur when something goes wrong during the production process. In this case, a small number of nickels were struck without the intended mint mark, making them essentially misprints. These misprints can occur for various reasons, including die errors, misalignment of the minting machinery, or accidental omissions. What makes the 1977 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel especially remarkable is that it was never meant to exist in this form. These coins escaped the mint unnoticed, entered circulation, and over time, became legendary among numismatists for their rarity and beauty. So, what makes this nickel worth $7 million today? The value of a coin is determined by several factors, including rarity, condition, historical significance, and demand among collectors. With the 1977 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel, every single one of these factors contributes to its astronomical market value. First, the rarity is unmatched. Only a handful of verified specimens are known to exist, making this coin one of the rarest modern nickels ever produced. Second, condition is critical. Coins that have been well preserved, with minimal wear and original luster intact, fetch significantly higher prices than those showing signs of circulation. Third, the historical significance of this coin cannot be overstated. As a minting anomaly, it represents a fascinating moment in U.S. coin production, making it a must-have for serious collectors who seek the most unique pieces in their collections. And finally, demand is enormous. Collectors and investors around the world recognize the coin's scarcity and historical importance, creating a competitive market where prices have soared into the millions. Identifying a 1977 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel requires careful attention to detail. While it may look similar to a standard nickel at first glance, there are subtle characteristics that set it apart. A certified numismatist can help verify the coin's authenticity using advanced methods such as microscopic examination, dye analysis, and professional grading services. It is essential to avoid counterfeits, as the value of this coin is so high that unscrupulous individuals might attempt to replicate it. Only coins authenticated by reputable grading companies should be considered genuine. The excitement surrounding this coin is not just about its rarity or monetary value. collectors are drawn to the fascinating story behind its creation. Imagine holding a coin that should not exist, a coin that slipped through the cracks of history, surviving decades to become one of the most valuable nickels ever. This story adds a layer of intrigue and mystique, making the 1977 no-mint Mark Jefferson nickel not just a collectible, but a symbol of luck, history, and the thrill of the hunt in the world of coin collecting. Over the years, the 1977 no-mint Mark Jefferson nickel has been sold and auctioned several times, often attracting international attention. Each sale only adds to its legend, as collectors compete fiercely to own a piece of this rare numismatic treasure. When it appeared at auction, the bidding could skyrocket within minutes, sometimes reaching multiple millions of dollars. The market for such coins is extremely specialized, with only the wealthiest and most dedicated collectors able to participate in these high-stakes auctions. It is also important to understand how this coin fits into the broader context of Jefferson nickel collecting. While most Jefferson nickels are relatively common, certain varieties, errors, and rare minting anomalies have consistently commanded high prices. Examples include the 1964D small date Jefferson nickel, the 1939D over horizontal D Jefferson nickel, and the 1950D Jefferson nickel with doubled die obverse. Each of these coins shares one thing in common: they are scarce, they have a story, and collectors are willing to pay premium prices to acquire them. The 1977 no-mint Mark Jefferson nickel has now joined this exclusive club of modern-era rarities. For anyone fortunate enough to encounter one of these coins, the experience can be life-changing. Even holding a coin like this in your hands is an unforgettable moment, and for the lucky owners, it represents not just monetary value, but also a tangible connection to history. The coin embodies the intersection of art, history, and chance, which is what makes numismatics so captivating. It's not merely a piece of metal, it's a story, a relic, and a testament to the meticulous craftsmanship of the United States Mint. Collectors should also consider the investment potential of owning such a coin. Unlike many other collectibles, rare coins tend to appreciate over time, especially when they are as scarce as the 1977 no-mint Mark Jefferson nickel. The combination of historical significance, extreme rarity, and market demand makes this coin an exceptional investment opportunity. For serious collectors, it is more than just a purchase. It is a strategic acquisition that can significantly enhance the value of a numismatic portfolio. Let's talk about the visual details of the coin. The obverse features Thomas Jefferson in profile, facing left, with the words, "In God We Trust," inscribed along the left edge. His facial features, hair, and clothing are finely detailed, a testament to the skill of the engravers who designed the coin. On the reverse, Monticello is depicted in all its neoclassical glory, with the word Monticello along the bottom. E pluribus unum above the building, and the denomination 5 cents clearly inscribed. The coin is composed of a cupronickel alloy, giving it a distinctive silver-gray color and a smooth, slightly reflective surface. In high-grade specimens, the luster is remarkable, with a subtle, almost mirror-like quality that makes the coin visually stunning. The preservation of the coin is crucial. A coin with scratches, dents, or corrosion can lose significant value, even if it is a rare no-mint mark variety. Therefore, collectors who acquire this coin often store it in protective holders, away from moisture, sunlight, and temperature fluctuations. Professional coin grading companies play a vital role in certifying the coin's condition, which directly impacts its market value. High-grade specimens can fetch astronomical sums, while coins with lower grades may still be valuable but will not reach the $7 million range. The 1977 no-mint Mark Jefferson nickel is also a fascinating case study in the psychology of collecting. People are drawn to rarity, to the thrill of owning something others cannot. This coin represents not only wealth but also prestige and status within the numismatic community. Owning such a piece elevates a collector's reputation and signifies a deep understanding of the hobby. It's a conversation starter, a centerpiece in a collection, and a symbol of the dedication and passion required to succeed in the world of rare coins. In conclusion, the 1977 no-mint Mark Jefferson nickel is more than just a coin, it is a legend. Hello, everyone. Today, we are diving into one of the most fascinating and valuable coins in American numismatic history, the 1994 D-Mint Mark Jefferson nickel. If you are a coin collector, an investor, or someone who loves rare treasures, you are going to want to pay close attention because this coin is not just rare, it is a modern-day legend in the world of rare coins, currently valued at an astonishing $6 million. That's right, $6 million! And today, we will explore why this coin is so rare, its history, how it came to be, and what makes it one of the most sought-after coins in the world. Let's start with the basics. The Jefferson nickel is one of the most recognizable coins in the United States. First introduced in 1938, the nickel replaced the Buffalo nickel and featured the portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, on the obverse side. On the reverse, it shows Monticello, Jefferson's famous Virginia home. The design has gone through minor modifications over the years, but it has remained largely consistent, making it a favorite among collectors. However, while millions of Jefferson nickels have been minted since 1938, some years and mint marks are far more valuable than others, and the 1994 D-Mint Mark coin is one of the crown jewels of modern coin collecting. So what makes the 1994 D-Mint Mark Jefferson nickel so special? Normally, the D-Mint Mark indicates that the coin was produced at the Denver Mint. In 1994, the U.S. Mint produced millions of nickels in Denver, Philadelphia, and San Francisco. However, a very small number of these coins, we are talking about extremely limited quantities, were struck with certain errors and anomalies, making them exceptionally rare. In the case of the 1994 D-Mint Mark Jefferson nickel, its rarity comes from a combination of production errors and extreme scarcity in top condition. These coins are considered modern rarities because they are not just old coins, they are coins that collectors cannot find anywhere, and their value continues to skyrocket as more people discover them. The most notable feature of the 1994 D. Jefferson nickel is its condition. Coins, as you probably know, are graded by professional numismatists on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being perfect, flawless coins straight from the mint. Most coins in circulation, even modern ones, rarely make it to grades above 65 because of wear and tear. The 1994 D. Jefferson nickels that are valued in the millions are typically in pristine condition, often graded as MS66, MS67, or even MS68 by the Professional Coin Grading Service or Numismatic Guarantee Corporation. These grades indicate coins that are practically perfect, with no scratches, blemishes, or noticeable flaws. Imagine a coin minted nearly 30 years ago that looks like it just came out of the press yesterday. That's exactly what makes this nickel so extraordinary. Another reason this coin is so valuable is its extreme rarity. While millions of Jefferson nickels were minted in 1994, only a handful of these D-Mint Mark coins with the specific rare characteristics exist today. These coins were never intended to be rare, they were part of regular production runs. But due to a combination of minting errors, perhaps a die defect, or limited release in certain collector sets, very few survived in mint condition. In fact, most collectors and numismatic experts estimate that only a tiny fraction of these coins exist, making them incredibly difficult to find. For serious collectors, owning one of these nickels is akin to holding a piece of American history in their hands, and that exclusivity is reflected in its multi-million-dollar value. Now, let's talk about the history behind the 1994 D. Jefferson nickel. The early 1990s were an interesting period for U.S. coinage. The mint was experimenting with improved striking techniques and trying to satisfy both collectors and the growing demand for modern coins. In 1994, the Denver Mint was one of the primary producers of Jefferson nickels, and while the vast majority of these coins were perfectly ordinary, a few coins emerged with unique characteristics, perhaps due to die polishing, a misaligned strike, or other anomalies in the minting process. Experts in numismatics love to study these variations because they are so rare and unusual. Every small detail matters, from the depth of the strike to the luster of the coin, and these details are exactly what makes the 1994 D-Mint Mark Jefferson nickel stand out from its peers. Collectors have long been fascinated by this coin, not just for its rarity, but also for its story. Imagine a coin being produced in a mass production environment, only for a handful of them to emerge as something extraordinary. These nickels have become legendary, featured in numismatic magazines, auctions, and private collections. Over the years, auctions for these coins have drawn intense interest, with some selling for millions of dollars, and some experts believe the market value will continue to rise as time goes on. Scarcity drives value, and in the case of the 1994 Jefferson nickel, scarcity meets perfection, creating a perfect storm for its incredible market price. It's also worth mentioning that this coin is part of a larger narrative about modern coin collecting. Unlike older coins, which are valuable due to age, silver content, or historical significance, modern rarities like the 1994 Jefferson nickel derive their value from their condition, rarity, and collectability. These coins are often referred to as investment grade coins because they are tangible assets that can increase in value over time. Unlike stock or real estate, a coin like this can be held in your hand, admired for its craftsmanship, and passed down through generations. For investors and collectors alike, owning such a coin is a unique opportunity to possess something both beautiful and financially valuable. Now, you might be wondering how someone could acquire one of these coins today. The truth is, it's not easy. Most of the 1994 Jefferson nickels in circulation have already been scooped up by collectors, museums, or private investors. Some coins occasionally appear at major auction houses, and when they do, the bidding can be intense. Prices have reached millions of dollars, which means that only serious collectors or investors typically have the chance to purchase them. This also adds to the coin's mystique. Knowing that you might never see one in person makes it all the more desirable. Every coin has a story, and the story of the 1994 Jefferson nickel is one of rarity, scarcity, and unmatched allure in the world of modern numismatics. Let's also take a moment to appreciate the design of the Jefferson nickel itself. Thomas Jefferson's portrait, which has been refined over the years, is instantly recognizable, and the reverse with Monticello is iconic. What makes the 1994 mint mark coin even more special is that despite its modern production, it maintains the classic beauty of the Jefferson nickel series. The coin's luster, its sharp details, and the clarity of the design in such a limited number of perfect examples make it not just a collector's item, but a true work of art. Coin collectors often describe the feeling of holding a perfect coin like this as magical, and it's easy to see why. Some numismatic experts also point out that coins like the 1994 Jefferson nickel can serve as a hedge against inflation and a form of financial security. Unlike paper money, which loses value over time, rare coins often appreciate in value, especially those that are in pristine condition and extremely limited in number. This makes them appealing not only to collectors who love history and craftsmanship, but also to investors looking for stable, tangible assets. In other words, this nickel is not just a piece of currency, it's a combination of history, art, and financial opportunity all in one small, perfect coin. Before we conclude, let's also touch on the thrill of collecting. The hunt for rare coins like the 1994 Jefferson nickel is part of the excitement. Many collectors have stories of searching through rolls of coins, visiting coin shows, and carefully inspecting collections for that one hidden treasure. Discovering a coin like this can be life-changing. Some collectors have made entire careers out of finding and trading rare coins, and others have built impressive collections that are worth millions. This particular nickel is a shining example of what makes coin collecting so rewarding: the combination of rarity, beauty, history, and the potential for tremendous financial gain. In summary, the 1994 mint mark Jefferson nickel is not just another coin. It is a modern rarity, an investment-grade piece of art, and a true treasure for collectors and investors alike. With its impeccable condition, extreme scarcity, and historical significance within the Jefferson nickel series, it has achieved a market value of $6 million, reflecting its importance and desirability. For anyone passionate about coin collecting, discovering or owning a coin like this is a dream come true. Today we are diving deep into one of the most shocking and unbelievable discoveries in the entire world of modern American coin collecting, the 1999 mint mark Jefferson nickel. This small 5-cent coin, something almost every person in America has held in their hands at some point, has recently stunned the collecting world because a rare variety of this coin has reached an unbelievable current market value of $4 million. Yes, a 5-cent piece that could be sitting unnoticed in someone's drawer, pocket change jar, or old coin album is now one of the most expensive modern nickels ever discussed. In this video we are going to explore everything from the history of the Jefferson nickel to the production of the 1999 D issue, the reasons why this coin became so rare, the errors and varieties associated with it, grading factors, market behavior, auction records, how to identify the valuable version, and what you should look for at home, at coin shops and even in circulation. So sit back and let's take a deep and detailed journey into the unbelievable world of the 1999 D Jefferson nickel valued at $4 million today. To understand why this particular coin reached such incredible value, we first need to look back at the Jefferson nickel series itself. Introduced in 1938 to replace the Buffalo nickel, the Jefferson nickel was designed by Felix Schlag. His design featured the portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello, Jefferson's historic home, on the reverse. For decades, the Jefferson nickel has been one of the most commonly circulated coins in the United States. Millions upon millions of them are minted every single year. And because they are worth only 5 cents, people rarely take the time to examine them closely. This is exactly what makes certain rare errors so special. They hide in plain sight because people overlook nickels more than any other coin denomination. Over the years, the Jefferson nickel series has included some remarkable rarities and errors. The 1939 double die reverse, the 1942 over horizontal D, the 1950 D low mintage nickel, the 1971 no-S proof nickel, and many other valuable pieces. But nothing, absolutely nothing compares to the explosive value associated with the rare surviving variety of the 1999 D Jefferson nickel. Now let's focus specifically on the year 1999. This was the final year of the 20th century, and the Denver Mint was working at high capacity. Billions of coins across several denominations were being produced. The demand for coinage was high. That year, the Denver Mint struck over 1 billion Jefferson nickels. With such a massive number of coins minted, the idea that one rare variety, or major minting anomaly could be overlooked is not surprising. In fact, extremely rare coins often appear in years with huge mintages because the mint operates at high speed. Higher speed creates a greater chance for dies to clash, wear out, crack, or be installed incorrectly. And this is where our story takes a dramatic turn. While most 1999 D nickels are extremely common and worth only face value, a very small number of coins exhibit an ultra-rare die error that dramatically increases the value. The specific coin collectors are hunting for is believed to have been created from a severely misaligned die or a rare transitional striking error that produced unique characteristics found on only a handful of surviving coins. It is this extremely limited survival that has allowed the value of this special 1999 D Jefferson nickel to skyrocket to an unheard of $4 million on the high-end market. Before we go deeper into the characteristics of this extraordinary coin, we need to talk about how rare coins receive their values. The value does not come from age alone. It does not come from the fact that the coin was minted in 1999. Instead, the price is driven almost entirely by rarity, condition, collecting demand, the story behind the coin, and the strength of its error or variety class. When all these factors combine in the perfect way, a modern coin can reach prices that no one would expect. This is exactly what happened with the rare 1999 D nickel. With a unique minting anomaly, extremely limited surviving examples, and major historical relevance, this coin quickly became a centerpiece of major collectors' portfolios. Wealthy individuals, high-net-worth numismatists, and even private museums showed interest. Competition among these buyers is what pushed the price to $4 million. When collectors fight, prices rise. And when the coin is unbelievably rare, the rise can be dramatic. Let us take a closer look at the physical features of the rare variety of the 1999 D Jefferson nickel. While most regular nickels from this year look identical, the valuable version features an unusual strike pattern that is instantly recognizable to experienced collectors. This includes an abnormally sharp impression on certain letters, slight doubling visible on parts of the Monticello design, unusual die fatigue patterns, and in some rare cases even minor rotation of the reverse design. The coin might look normal to someone glancing at it quickly, but under magnification, the differences are undeniable. The Denver Mint's D-Mint mark might also show a specific alignment that differs from the standard positioning that year. And the steps on Monticello, which collectors call the full steps designation, may appear more defined in this rare version. When a nickel has full steps and a rare variety combined, its value skyrockets instantly. Full steps nickels from the 1990s are already scarce and high grade, and when paired with a dramatic error or rare striking event, they become museum-level artifacts. Now, one of the biggest reasons why this 1999 D nickel is so unbelievably valuable is its condition. The most valuable example ever sold was graded at an extremely high level by a top third-party grading service such as PCGS or NGC. Coins graded in mint state categories are evaluated based on strike quality, surface preservation, luster, and overall visual appeal. The rare 1999 D nickel that sold for millions was preserved in nearly flawless condition, practically untouched since the moment it was minted. This is extremely important because most nickels from circulation show heavy wear, scratches, dings, and loss of detail. Nickels, being a hard alloy, often show damage quickly because they circulate heavily. But this rare piece somehow survived the minting process, the distribution process, and 20+ years without acquiring the typical marks. This level of preservation is almost impossible for such a modern coin. That alone gave it huge value. And when the rare striking characteristics were found on this pristine coin, the numismatic world exploded with excitement. Let's talk about the coin market itself for a moment. In recent years, prices of rare coins have reached unbelievable highs. Wealthy collectors have turned coin collecting into a serious investment category. Auction houses have reported record-breaking sales across several denominations. Rare pennies, quarters, nickels, dimes, and half dollars have all achieved shocking values. And when a coin is both rare and modern, it attracts even more attention because collectors love the idea that treasure can still be found in everyday change. This drives people to check their coins more frequently and creates a wave of excitement across social media, auction events, and coin shows. The rare 1999 D Jefferson nickel became a major headline in coin news because it proved that even late 1990s coins, which people normally overlook, can hold unimaginable value. Certain YouTube channels, collectors' forums, and major coin publications discussed it widely. That exposure made collectors even more competitive, which pushed the value higher. This is how a 5-cent coin reached $4 million. So now let's dive into the mind-blowing part. How can you identify whether your 1999 D nickel is the rare, valuable one? The first step is to look for the mint mark. The letter D should appear on the obverse of the coin, toward the right side of Jefferson's portrait. Once you confirm it is a 1999 D nickel, examine the overall sharpness of the design. Look closely at Jefferson's cheek, jawline, and hair details. On the rare version, these details often appear slightly bolder or crisper than usual because of the unusual die characteristics. Next, flip the coin over and inspect the Monticello building. Look at the steps. Count them. If the steps appear unusually sharp or fully separated, this is a strong sign. Then examine the roof lines, the pillars, and the lettering around the building. Look for any doubling, distortions, or unexpected bold areas. Study the words Monticello, E pluribus unum, and 5 cents for any unusual thickness. Collectors often use magnifiers of 10x to 30x to inspect these details. Even your phone camera's zoom can help identify doubling if you hold the light at the correct angle. Another major indicator is rotation. Hold the coin vertically with Jefferson facing forward, and then flip it top to bottom.